Okay, everybody, we are on layout 3, and on this one, instead of using flip-flops, we're going to be using the Pocket Plus protectors, or just one of them, and it's something different that I haven't really put in these before for you, so I hope you like them. But let's put the page together first, and you're going to need to start with your mulberry pattern paper base. And then we're going to attach 3A, 3B, and 3C. So let's get that together. All right. This is 3A, and it looks like 3B is going to go next to it, and 3C. Now, is there prep? Yes, we got just a little prep. We've got, we're going to sponge the edges of 3C and 3G. So these are from both parts of the layout, page 1 and page 2. They want us to sponge them with mulberry ink this time. And I'll grab that because I thought it was going to be tough. I pulled out a fresh sponge, which all you do is just switch out these tops here, right? So if you just have a good supply of those. And it doesn't look like we're going to tear it this time. Just going to do a little bit of sponging. Now I want to see if they were having us pounce or just rub it right along the edges. So this is more of the distressing that we were talking about on layout 1, and that you could do on all these layouts, and they would take well to this look for every piece in it, including the stickers and the die cuts, the papers, everything. For an old-fashioned, shabby chic, French look. But all they're having us do is just these two pieces. So we'll do these. And then it's up to you for the rest. This is mulberry ink, which is gorgeous on this paper because most of it is mulberry. Love it. So I just got off the phone with my son. He is graduating college and has been applying to museums because he wants to work in a museum. And he has got an interview with the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C., which is the epitome of what he would like to do, is work at the Smithsonian. And he is confident that he's going to get this job. He hasn't even had an interview yet. So I'm like, okay, let's see what happens first. I want you to be excited, but I don't want you to get disappointed if it doesn't work out. It's your first interview, so. But I hope he gets it, even though Washington, D.C., not so sure. Quite a bit of crime over there, I'm afraid. And the prices, ooh. All right, this is going to go on the right-hand side, flush with the bottom, top, and the sides. Get that on there. Like that. Next to it, it's going to be the zip strip with a little lace on it. Such pretty paper. Pictures never do it justice. This video is not going to do it justice. You got to have it in your hands. Now remember, supply issues are still a problem. And because of that, close to my heart has to be careful because, they want to, when things run out, they don't want to then buy another 1,000 of them when they really only need 50. And unfortunately, you have to order in large quantities. So make sure you get this stuff while you want it. Don't wait till the end of the catalog cycle and then go, oh, I don't understand why it's not there. Get it. Everything consider while supplies last. It's just like going into your favorite clothing store and, you don't expect that outfit that you see is going to be there the next time. So it's the same way with all of this. Okay. I'm going to pause for a minute because I hear my TV has switched to the off mode and it's noisy, so I'll be right back. Does your TV have one of those modes where it suddenly puts on, flowing water or something and it's louder than the TV show that it was on it initially? That drives me crazy. Okay, so I think I don't see that we're gonna do tucking any of that. So now it says 3D. Those 3D is your mat, and this, they do want you to watch your adhesive on this. So on 3D, only use adhesive top left edge. So everything else is gonna go under it. Okay, why don't we, I see that they've got really big pieces, and I think it's silly to just put the adhesive there when we can just start tucking some of this stuff first. So let's tuck this. And this would be a great mat to pop up anyway. So I'm gonna just put the yellow piece here from your cutouts underneath as I decide where this goes on the paper with my ruler. So it is 3 inches up from the bottom and 3/4 from the side. So I'm gonna use my Versamat this time and just make sure it's lined up carefully. And then I see 3 inches is right here from the bottom. And about there and there. So that's where that's gonna go, and then it goes 3/4 of an inch in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So looks like about a 1/4 inch away from this edge. So here's what I'm gonna do, is I'm just going to hold that carefully, and this is gonna tuck in there. So I'm gonna put some adhesive on it. You could do it the way they say and just put some on the left-hand side, but might as well get this piece out of the way. So I'm gonna hold this, but slide this piece under. It looks about a 1/4 inch from the edge, from the right-hand edge there, and just lay it down. Now I can go back and put adhesive at the top of this, because that's the only thing that's tucking at the top. Well, there's one other piece, but that one won't be a problem. So, okay. Now I did leave the adhesive off the bottom because we are going to tuck some different little tag type things down there, banners. Now up, well, we might as well go and put this on there while it's there. There is a little half circle piece, and that is number 5 here at the top, and that doesn't really need to tuck, so we will just add that to the top here, and then we'll go ahead and put a photo or a photo mat holder. So that just goes kind of there. Grab your photo mat holder or photo placeholder, and that's going to go here, or your photo, of course. Remember that you can change this up. I have a lot of 4x4 photos, so I could do 2 4x4 right here. Tucked under here, I might as well do it before we throw on the rest of the stuff, is the 3 tags or banners. This one, a yellow one, very short, and a floral one. There, like that, okay? And we're going to tuck the floral one first. It will go down flat. Over on the left-hand side, slip that up under that photo. And I'm just trying to make it even here. Next is the blue, green, mint, whatever this color is. And overlap that slightly. Let it hang a little bit longer. And I'm just going to line it right up with that banner. That'll make it easy to keep it straight. And then we've got the little yellow one here. So I was just checking out something on the TV while I was having my quick lunch. And I saw they have this whole documentary about romance novels and romance novel writers and stuff. And I think that when I'm done with my artwork today, I might check that out and see how fun that is. All right, we're all completely done with this side. Let's work on the second side. The big banner here, is this the right one? Don't tell me they tucked that whole thing underneath. That seems funny. Let me make sure it doesn't go on the second page. I guess they tucked that whole thing underneath. We're not gonna do that. That seems so silly. Let me see. Craft photo mat. Die with 3D foam tape. Yep, that's the other one. Where's the big brown piece? Huh. Not sure what the deal is on this one, you guys. But it goes here, and it does not go on the last page. So this is the right page for it, but no reason for it to be so long when you're just going to attach it here. So let's cut off, a couple inches with your trimmer. I'm just going to go with 2 inches and see how that looks. If we need more, that is about perfect. So cut off 2 inches, and then we're just going to tuck that right, next to it. We won't actually tuck it under. They never said in there to glue there, did they? No, they didn't. So, okay, that's going 1.5 inches up. A little weird. It's probably me making the mistake, but I don't see any reason for that to be tucked. And right there, just place that right next against the other page, or the white strip there. And then I think the last piece is the mat, and that mat probably needs to be popped up. Let me see. Yeah, with 3D foam tape, and then we will tuck everything underneath. All right, so let's put the 3D foam tape right here, and we'll put some on the edge, but not take the paper off it. So I'm gonna just kind of go like this, but I won't take the paper off there. And this. And then 2 in the middle. Let's put 1 here. 1 here. These will take the sticky stuff off while we're tucking. And then the rest we will do later. I'm just going to put 1 here. It would be a little bit a pain, but that's what they want us to do. So, okay. So I'm only going to take these 2 off. And that is going 1 3/8 inch down from the top. 1 3, and then how much from the white paper on the right hand side? It's going to be 1.5. So let me get that placed right, and it looks like 1.5, right about there. Okay, line it up with your trimmer. Make sure it looks even on this side. You know, I don't like it if it's not straight. So how's that looking? I think pretty good. Okay, now let's do some tucking underneath it, and then we'll add all those other things. So left hand side is this big piece. It looks like that. So even with that 1 little bit in there, I'm still getting some resistance, because look, I only put adhesive in the middle. So I'm gonna have to cut out just a little bit, just to let it slide. So just like in there, because I did follow their directions. There we go, that works. Okay, so just a little bit more. Nope, there we go, just like that. So you may have to cut a little bit if you've got your adhesive in the middle where we were supposed to put it. It would have probably just been easier to put this down first like we did this one, huh? But I'll go with this. And like that, okay. Up here at the top is this piece. Show you that closer. And that is just like a little top of a tag. And just kind of center that there underneath your photo. over here is a big butterfly. And it's this one, the biggest butterfly, I think. Is it? It says 5, but now I'm looking at maybe it's the other one. Let me look on the last page. I want to make sure I'm telling you guys right. There's no butterfly on the last page, so I guess it's the big one. And, or it could be this one. It doesn't matter because that one never got labeled as going on a page. So just choose which one you want. It's probably the medium-sized one, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Like that. And I am going to put that one down flat since our photo is popped up. So just tuck it there. Like that. Over here is a sticker. And it is the Hope sticker here. A bit of foam tape or a pop dot. And that's gonna go right here. And it's gonna slightly go over that photo. So you may need to dust it a bit, but I haven't done it. I'm gonna put my photo placeholder down under it. Like that. And then over here, should have put it under the butterfly. You'll have to tuck it into the butterfly now. Is this piece. Lift your butterfly up a little bit. And just kind of make it look even with the sides. Like that. And then on this one, it looks like they popped this up. I think I'm not gonna pop it up. And there's also a little butterfly in there too. Let's see if I marked that. I don't remember marking that. So that's this little butterfly here. So it's not marked on your card, but you can see by looking at that, that was very hard to see. So let's put the yellow down first. And I'm gonna put it flat because I'm gonna pop the butterfly. Right there. And then we got the word happy. That can be popped. Let's do that. I think my little dots will work for that. Boy, they make it hard to see sometimes. But I get it. You know, that's a lot of paper if you're making a full size one on the 8.5 by 11 directions. So I think they're doing the best they can with that. Okay, that goes here. And then another dot for that butterfly. It's just gonna go about there. And I will hold those up for you guys. So you can see that. All right. And don't think I'm missing anything. Let's do the bottom. You've got this piece here. Now, this piece is the same as this piece, and I don't remember them saying to do this, but since that's the same color, I'm just gonna go do the mulberry. They might have said it. I didn't see that. Am I using, is that mulberry? Yep. Just to kind of match with the other piece here. All right, and this goes, doesn't really say, so let's call it about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the brown and well, like 1/8 of an inch from the right hand side by the white piece. Okay. Now, looks like this piece is next. I'm going to put the letters over it. So right here, down at the bottom of the piece that you just put, the banner. And let's do those life words. They're over here in this piece. So just kind of overlap them, I guess. LIFE. And put them as straight as you can. Oh, now the whole thing is, now my whole TV is turned on. I put it on mute. Now why should it suddenly appear again? So I'm gonna have to close this door. It's like the TV has a mind of its own. Okay. And below that is a little arrow. And that is right here. And that's going to be pointing to the left. And I can still hear the TV pretty loud, so I will pause momentarily. It's just crazy. A TV that just wants to do what it wants to do. Okay, to the left of the word life, we're going to use the flowers. 3 different flowers. First, the blue. Looks like they're on the bottom. Put it off to the side. Oh, this is so pretty. And then this skinny one up here that's pink, flowers upside down, is next. That goes kind of to the right of it, overlapping. And then one of the weeds, and that's this one up here. Weeds, leaves. And that kind of links over it too. Gorgeous. All right, and then we want love and they, this, love and this. So there's love, this. Love this, okay? Now, I'm not gonna do it today, but I'm gonna recommend that when we're all done, unless you need the stickers for something else, because here's what I find, that once I'm done with the sticker sheet, I'm kind of done and I don't tend to save them. But I think that you shouldn't make them go to waste. So what I would do is go back, hold your stickers and any of the leftover chipboard, and look for spots on all 3 layouts where you could just put things that are from the sticker sheet, because there's not tons left. There won't be once we're all done, but enough that you might as well use them, unless you're a person that knows that you'll use them on something else later. I just recommend you don't let them go to waste, because they're no more perfect than for the actual paper suite that they were meant to be with, right? So there are a lot of cute little things on here and lots of spaces on these layouts for you to put them. Love this. There we go. And then another butterfly. And I think it's this one here. And I'm gonna pop that. Did you notice I stopped cutting the nubs? got a little tired of it. Wasn't that big of a deal. So let's get these on here. One there should do. Another thing you could do to add some texture to this page is before you put this brown piece down, that would look good with some dry embossing that you could do on your trimmer. All right, I think that is it on this page, so let me hold that all up for you. And while I do that, let me just show you on the stickers, anything that we weren't going to use. Like here's a little postage stamp. That would be fine tucked over here. It would be fine tucked over here. It would look great overlapping here. What else we got that we're not using? These little arrows, you could put them anywhere. The bird would be cute anywhere. And that's pretty much all you got left. You got maybe a little bit of greenery there. And the word Marseille, which I'm going to be used because I actually went to Marseille on my trip. So, and since I'm using these for my French pictures, plus you've got 2 beautiful border stickers here. So you could cut those and save those for later for sure. So use them all up. Oh, more of these too. Lots of these left. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Page 2, mulberry paper base. We're going to attach 3E and 3F and some, we're going to, before we do the strip that we had distressed, we will be putting down the little tags. So let's do 3E and 3F first. Right over to the left-hand side. Make sure the flowers are going the right direction. And just like that, flush with all the edges. And then the zip strip is next. That's the lacy one. That. Now you want to make sure it's going a different direction than you had the first time. So we had it, we always are going to have it facing the flowers on these two pages. So this time it's going to go the opposite way, but still facing flowers. Or the lace along the flowers, I should say. Okay, now the tags. And it looks like they went short, long, short, long. So that's what we will do. Short, long, short, long. Okay, let's see what they say as far as this. About 1/4 inch between and 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. Move this up a little bit. My ruler out so we can measure. And 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And it looks like, let me see if it says they tucked. Do not use adhesive across 3H and 3J. We haven't done those ones yet, so don't worry about that. So just attach the tags, I guess. Doesn't look like we have to tuck them or anything. So I'm gonna just push them right up against this zip strip, and then we're gonna go 1/4 inch between each one. That is easy to eyeball. And just keep working your way up. And I'm just checking my camera. Paranoia. All right, move this down so you can see it. And the last one. Lots of journaling on this, right? So what could you do if you don't like to journal? 2x2 photos would work just fine. And you know, another thing, for those who don't like to journal, whenever I was at a loss for what to write or something, I would pick a poem or a saying and I would write that. So that's something you could absolutely do here, and because that's certainly long enough for a nice poem that would go with the pictures. So don't think that your journaling always has to be you writing the story. All right, now attach 3H. 3H is this mat that's going to go over here. Oh, they want us to attach the 3G. Yes. Before we go on to that, let's get this down. That's your prepared piece. It's going to go over the tags and butt up right against the zip strip. Okay, that gives us more space over here. So 3H is this 3x4 piece, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. It says do not use adhesive along the top of 3H and 3J, which is the one over here. So that other piece is going to be tucked in. Okay, so no adhesive at the top. And that is going to go 1 3/4 inch down from the top and 1/2 inch over. So we do the 1/2 inch this way. And if I can get it. A little dark on this mat. My ruler is the same color. The lines on my ruler are the same color as mat. Okay, and 1 3/4 down. 1, 2, 3/4. Does that look right? Yeah, well, no. Let me make sure I'm getting this measurement right, because that doesn't look right. 1 3/4, not 2. 1 3/4, so right there. Okay, beautiful. And right below it, since we're right here and got our ruler ready, let's go ahead and put that other one on too, which is your square one. Square mat, and that goes 1/2 inch below it, like that. And then we don't have to worry about moving our ruler. Okay, get your photos on. Order your photo placeholders. Just like that. Okay. Somehow it feels crooked, but it's probably just me. I'm gonna look at that real carefully because I don't like to be crooked. So there's that's pretty good. I think it's okay. Maybe just slightly, but not enough to make a difference. Okay. And my other photo placeholder. Try not to overthink every page. Okay, and let's get these ones on this side. So 3J is the top photo, and they don't want us to put adhesive. 3J, don't put adhesive at the top. So let me grab that one. No adhesive at the top. And then that one is going to be 3/4 inch. So I'll just turn the page here. 1 1/2 inches down from the top and 3/4 inch away from the side. Okay, about there. And the other one while we're here is 1/2 inch down. Now let me see if it tells me about where they don't want adhesive. That's 3K. It says to pop it up with foam tape and use adhesive along the center and the bottom left edge. Only use adhesive along the center, the bottom left edge, and on the top right corner, so the other pieces can be tucked behind in a later step. That reminds me, on the first page, I didn't take my paper off that photo we popped up. So I will do that again in a minute because I want that to stay down. And remember how we only put it in the middle? So we'll go back to that in a second. So I'm gonna do the same with this and put the foam tape on, but only take the paper off where they tell me to. Because we didn't do that on the other one. All right, so let me look again. It wants the bottom left edge is fine, the top right corner is fine, just the lower right corner they don't want us to do adhesive, I guess. And I'm looking, there's not much that we're tucking, just a tiny bit, but okay. So let's just take it from, there's nothing on the left. So the left tape and the middle tape, and then everything else will slide. And that's 1/2 inch down. Why they gotta make it so complicated? Now my tag is far out here. So this tag, I think I'm gonna have to move just slightly. Well, actually that one lines up. That's okay. I'll leave it. Now, so they didn't tell us to tuck these tags. So the reason that they're way out is odd. So you know what I'm gonna do? Maybe I put this in the wrong place. 3/4 inch though. I think I'm gonna take these up carefully and hopefully I won't rip my page. If you haven't already done that, either use some undo, which I may have to do here, because this is pretty tight on here. I would move them over. It's not an emergency or anything, but I think they'll look better if they're not touching those tags. And I've got enough lack of adhesive to do that. So if you haven't, I think I will write that on the video for you to maybe move those over or cut them down a bit. And I'm gonna move these over a touch. So instead of 3/4 of an inch, let me try half from the side. And I'll put that on the video that you may want to cut those down, or just go ahead and move these over 1/2 inch, which that's probably what we'll do. So I'll just put on the video to actually do a 1/2 inch, not 3/4 of an inch. And then down from the top again, it was 1.5 inches. And that looks better. And then over here, right hand side is going to be tucked. So, and 1/2 inch down. 1, 2, right to about there. Okay. And then that will be tucking things. Okay. Let's start on, well, let me put my photo placeholders on here. I'll stick that in the video so you guys don't have to worry. Just always be reading when you see a little line of dialogue come up. Make sure you read it, because that means that I made some mistakes somewhere and I don't want you to make the same mistake. This is going here. And we'll start decorating. Let's decorate left-hand side first up here. And we actually, oh, that bird does get used. Oh yeah, I see that now. So you won't be using that bird as an extra. All right, now this is tucking under here. Okay, so that's the circle. And just tuck that on the right hand side, about 2/3 of it out. On top of that is this weed here, not a weed, leaves. And tuck that under and let it kind of go off to the side. And then the word smile, which is a cutout, punch out. And that's gonna go on the left-hand side here. And I'm gonna look real careful to see if there's anything around that bird and look like it. So the bird's gonna get popped up. That's here. So I'm glad, yay, we're using it. But you will have a few extra stickers, so go ahead and put them on. I'm going to. I'll just wait till the end and then decide where I want to put them. And a little on the tail. It's gonna be tight. Don't want it to show. Okay, pop that up over your photo, just slightly. I'm gonna put mine a little bit taller so it doesn't actually touch my photo. There we go. Okay, down here is got a pink hexagon. Hexagon is the word for this these layouts, eh? I think they used them on every single page. Okay, and I'm gonna butt that up against the zip strip here. So right on the left-hand side of the zip strip. Oh, they got it flat on top, so I guess you won't butt it up, but the point can go there. About there. And then this piece, you're not gonna want to put adhesive on the whole piece because the upper, am I out? No. The upper right corner is gonna overlap over your photo slightly. So just a little adhesive down at the lower right. And then the word documented. I think I am running low though. Across that. And then there's a bird. So there should be one bird left unless I messed up. Did I mess up? Huh. Or did it fall out? I did have some pieces that fell. Yes, here it is. Okay. There's your bird. It was in this section. Move that away. This one's a little tougher to punch out. Okay, so let's pop him up. This might be a different bird. It might be a smaller bird, but that we put on the other page or something, but that doesn't matter. Okay, because he looks a little big. Put that there. And that's it for that section. Now we're gonna do a few banners. You've got a yellow, a blue, and a black. And we're gonna stick a flower in there too. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else because it's so hard to see. Okay, so we're probably gonna cut these because see, even if you put it in the middle like they say, it's still quite hard to tuck. So just cut it down a little bit. And this one goes here. You can slightly tip them. And the next one is the mint or mist. It's probably mist. Mist has a little more blue in it. And I'm gonna just tip it slightly the other way. And then the last one. And then we'll put that flower in there. Just like this. And then let's find that flower. It's one of these big ones. Looks like we've got a couple that we're gonna use. The other one will probably be down, yep, at the bottom. All right. Get that out. And that tucks. So put some adhesive on and then just tuck it under. Kind of like that, I guess. And down here, small butterfly. All right, must be this one. All right, and it tucks under, so I'm going to not put pop dots on it. I think that is it on that. And just tuck that under. And then the other flower is going to tuck on the right hand side here. Blue. That was probably the one that went up there, but it doesn't matter. And just don't let it overlap off of the photo, off of the page. And then we've got, that's the, I think the only other thing that tucks is this piece. So let's get those and then we'll take that foam tape off. And that just goes right straight. I got my head in the way, I'm sure. Now I can take that other piece of paper off with the foam tape. And then we've got flowers from the sticker sheet. And it will be these ones here. I do like that they use most of these. Now see, there's no reason you couldn't put that over it too. So that's another option. This is going across the photo, so I need to powder slightly, and it's gonna also have foam tape on it. So on the left hand side I'm powdering, still needs a little more, and then the right hand side of this is gonna need a little foam tape because this is popped up, remember? And just a tiny piece right there. That slightly, and there's a little stamp, postage stamp here. that also, I think I'll be okay. I don't think it's gonna go on to my photos, but it is gonna lean over the floral. So you only really need pop tape on like the left-hand side of this that's not touching the flower. So I just put it here on this side. And then they've just got it kind of tipped. So stick it right to that flower. And then the word cherish is the last little punch out. And I think that will be it. And then we're gonna go back to page 1 and just take that foam tape. I'm just gonna kind of put this about there because I want some of this to show, some of that little banner thing down there, like that. Okay, and let's go back to page 1 to this where we had popped that up, and let's get the rest of that tape off. So just pull the paper off the back so that it sticks down. Just lift it up a little bit. I know there's another one in there that doesn't have it, but that's sticking down pretty good, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So here, let's look at both pages. This is kind of ripe for some shimmer brush. Totally would put that on. Some ink smudges if you want the old-fashioned look. And that is it on that, but we do want to do our Pocket Plus here. So here's what I did. This is a Pocket Plus page. It's the 4x6 and horizontal. So what I did, top one is where you put your photo or your photo placeholder. Middle one, I took the Joy card, Joy PML card, stuck that in there. And the bottom one is another photo. Then on the flip side, we're gonna play with that one in a minute. On the bottom is this pretty floral. You didn't have to cut it. Another photo placeholder. And then we're gonna play with this one and put this together, because remember back on layout 1, I told you that we had a 3x4 placeholder, so might as well use it. So what I like to do is I had this PML card too, and I just wanted to kind of tip that behind the photo and make another spot for a photo, but for a different size. So I'm tipping that to the left there. And then we did have some scrap of this special exclusive paper that was just for this. So I just cut that 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. That's the only scrap that I used from our scraps from the beginning. So you won't have to go hunting for much, just that one. And then put your photo down. So what happens with this one, this tucks, when you put your album together, it tucks in between the two sides of your layout. Because this layout was kind of divided, and I'll show you, you know, a little bit divided. So it kind of looks good with this. So basically, you will put your pages together like this in your photo album. And then you're going to stick this in between. So whether it's a strap hinge or you have the 3-ring binder or whatever, it's gonna kind of work the same, and it'll just kind of look nice when you're flipping it. So that extra photos, okay. It especially looks good with a 3-ring binder, because then it's even, they're separated, and so it really looks cool. So because it kind of comes, see where this kind of comes right about where the whole thing's sectioned off quite a bit. So that's what we're going to do on that one. And thanks so much, everybody.